Hey, this is Patty Negri, and you are listening to the Paranormal Zone.
Look, I know the supernatural is something that isn't supposed to happen, but it does happen.
A ghostly apparition in the dark of night.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
All right, Bullwinkle. We've got tens of listeners waiting for a new episode. Finally getting another flagship episode of the Paranormal Zone out there in March. We've been terrible. We only have one out this month. You sound so concerned.
We thought we would give the listeners a break.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. A little mental health break. Yeah, I understand. But we have got a YouTube episode out, YouTube exclusive video episode out.
Yes, we do.
We have got some Patreon content out there. So it's not like we're just sitting on our hands doing nothing, right? I mean, these
sitting on the hands,
these paranormal minds of ours, they're overflowing with information as they are. We have to take breaks every now and then too. But we have dedicated, loyal tens and tens of listeners out there. So we need to get another flagship. And thank you to everyone who is tuning in. We appreciate it.
But those tens and tens, they span over many thousand miles across the globe.
They do. That's true. That is not a lie. That is not a joke. That is not an exaggeration. We have Paranormal Zone listeners across the world. Believe it or not. The ratio of listeners to the overall population, well, that's fairly minuscule and microscopic and probably impossible to mathematically comprehend. But they're there, and we thank all of you. We can't thank you enough. And that's what we got for this week, boys and girls. Thank you for tuning in, and see you next week.
I would even be thankful to the homeless man living in my backyard.
You have a homeless man in your backyard?
Even as close as that.
Wow. Well, do you feed him, or do you just look at him?
I don't know. I don't really feed him, but I saw him digging through the trash one time.
Okay. How did Mishka react to that? I mean, how did Mary react to that? She can't be comfortable with some strange homeless man hanging out in your backyard.
Anyway, no. You
jest. You're kidding. I see what's going on there. You jokester, you.
Yeah.
But it is good to see you, Mike. It is good to see you. We are back. This is, as you probably heard, the Paranormal Zone, your weekly dose of all things, hell, you guessed it, paranormal, strange, and mysterious. My name is Leroy. No, sorry. My name is Patrick, and I am joined, as always, by my co-host with the ghost, the paranormal poster boy himself. No, not Bullwinkle, boys and girls, Mr. Michael Carbno. How you doing, Mike? It is good to see you.
Well, I see that you are labeled as Leroy.
I am, yeah.
Or is it Leroy?
No, it's Leroy. It's it's in honor of the Jack Scott 1950s rockabilly hit, Leroy.
Ah.
You recognize that song?
Maybe if I heard it. I am labeled as Bullwinkle.
Bullwinkle, yes, absolutely.
It's, characterized in honor of
Bullwinkle.
Bullwinkle.
Yeah.
Bullwinkle.
Yes. Rip's cousin, right?
Yeah. The Winkle of Bull.
Did you want me to sing the song Leroy to you, or should I spare our listeners?
Well,
I'll spare them.
Well, you got me wondering now, though.
Hey, it's a catchy tune. When you get a chance, look it up. Jack Scott. Big name.
I don't know Jack Scott.
Exactly. Great Scott. Mike, believe it or not, we are heading to the McIntyre Villa in almost exactly 2 months. 2 months to the day. We are heading there. Got any vibes? What's your feelings? Are you freaking out? Are you backing out? What's going on over there?
This is the only one. Well, when we were planning on going to Villisca as our next destination, I did have apprehension there.
Yeah, you did.
And I do have a little bit with
Same
this one
here.
too, but it feels a little different. It's kind of up and down with me. I don't know. I think this
Really?
is going to be, I always go into these places, with high expectations, which I really shouldn't,
Kind of like our venture to the Sally house when you were we were like an hour away from it and you were already getting the heebie-jeebies.
I was all pumped up and everything. And then I get in there and it's like, oh, do you feel that? I felt it. I felt so, it was exciting. But then, I don't know. Then the McDonald's hit me. Everything kind of waned after that.
Well, I recall when we walked into the Sally house and you were like, gosh, don't you feel that? And I said, no. Yeah. So I'm sure I didn't help at all with setting the vibe, whatever.
It was still well worth being there.
Oh, love it. I'd love to go again.
Yeah.
We need to do it properly, obviously. So
yeah. But the McIntyre, it's going to be good. I do feel, I feel that there's a lot of activity there that we are ready to experience. And
we talked about just a few of the examples on one of our Patreon episodes not that long ago. About just kind of a brief look into the alleged hauntings there, and just from that discussion, it's like, oh my gosh, what are we getting ourselves into? That sounds so cool. What'd you say was was it the basement and the second floor that are allegedly the most active?
Yeah, the second floor hallway, I guess, is really active. They've gotten some good EVPs. I think they've seen shadow people up there, I believe.
Yeah.
If I remember right. But in the basement, where there allegedly possibly could have been illegal things going on with babies.
Yes.
They had played a very clear EVP of a baby crying. I know we had discussed that a little bit, but boy, it was eerie, very eerie.
Can you imagine hearing that with our own ears when we walk in there?
Yeah, and the basement is just creepy. It's like all these different rooms down in the basement with brick walls. It's all brick walls.
Yeah.
It's like a dirt floor. Just freaking amazing. It's going to be
awesome.
Going to be some serious creep factor.
For sure. 100%. I just don't want to, like the moment we walk through the door, I don't want to hear babies crying because they're literally sad that we're there. It's like, oh no.
Yeah.
Not these guys. I've heard about them.
Yeah.
It's like, please, God, no. Send them back. No.
Their names are negatively floating through the ether all through,
You know what? We give ourselves a hard time. It's somewhat, I don't want to say if it's, what's self-deprecating to, the full extent, but somewhat it is. Of course it is. But it's kind of funny that we are talking about that in such a, what are you shaking your head for? What?
I don't self-deprecate myself ever.
All right.
And if you do, I'm not spending another night at a haunted location with you.
Yeah. Well, at least I don't.
I apologize for that.
At least I don't snack myself to sleep. While I'm
laying
in a recliner.
I did it once,
covered in empty candy wrappers.
And you heard every one of those open up, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Oh, my goodness gracious! But it's kind of funny that we're okay. Self-deprecating. Got it.
I do have that.
Self-deprecating humor, because this episode we are going to be talking about, and it's kind of ironic coming from us, but we're going to talk about what it takes to be a paranormal investigator. I'm looking forward to see where this.
Bit of an idiot.
Somewhat. I'm looking forward to see where this conversation leads us, for sure, because we've always said we are at best, horribly amateurish when it comes to paranormal, low grade investigators, for sure. But again,
great value.
Again, we're ripping ourselves a little, good naturedly a little bit. We do have opinions, we do have takes, and we're getting more and more experience doing such a thing. So yeah, I wanted to talk about it. And then at the end, Mike, we're going to decide, hell, do we have what it takes to be a full-fledged paranormal investigator?
Okay.
Yes, okay, he says.
It will be good.
Igor, do you think we have what it takes?
No. Well, we never did get much support from him.
No. No, he's one of those guys. He gave us a shot for a couple episodes, and he's like, I'm out of here. So, all right, okay, computer Mike, do we have what it takes?
Yeah.
All right, good. Just making sure. Sometimes I feel like I want to do an entire episode with computer Mike. What's that, though?
Ask Christopher Walken if...
Oh, yeah. Christopher Walken, let's see your thoughts on our travels to the McIntyre.
God damn it.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I'm not letting him go until we ask the question. Christopher Walken, do we have what it takes?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, tune back again in a few months, and then you'll find out, okay? So we're going to find out ourselves. The moment we walk in there, Mike's going to see...
Pasty white ghosty.
Okay, I got to stop. I'm having too much fun with the soundboard here.
Wasn't I describing myself when I was talking about that?
Yes, exactly. Because you terrified Mary or something like that, or vice versa.
Yeah. I thought it was a ghost. No, it was just me walking in the dimly lit night, living room, passing in front of the door in just my underwear.
It's your underwear. And every step he took, Mary could clearly hear every step. Okay. If you are new to the program, believe it or not, we do get new listeners every now and then on occasion. This is legit. This is audible noises emitted from Mike.
I better see a gastroenterologist.
Yeah, I think so. Your gas agrees too. I swear to God, it sounds like it's vocalizing.
Maybe I could have him check a little lower on my PET scan on Monday.
There you go. Right. Bring him the sound clip. I just keep hearing.
Can you tell me what this sounds like?
Whoa, sorry. That's the doctor. When the moment he looks at Mike. Yeah. Hey, it's a Saturday. We're in a good mood. It is just a little bit after 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm located in the beautiful state of Minnesota. Mike is straight west of me in the beautiful state of North Dakota. Okay, Mike, as you know, we usually start off every episode with what we refer to as our Ghost Gab segment.
Ghost Gab.
Any and all things paranormal, whether it be personal experiences or theories or takes or new discoveries, any number of things, as long as it's related to all things ghosty. And I'll keep this one fairly brief, but hopefully, Mike, we have a couple of new listeners who are checking out the Paranormally Zone as we speak. Well, not right now because we're still recording this. But
okay, get on with it.
Yeah, a couple of lovely coworkers of mine. I discovered that they have an interest in the paranormal, and I was very happy to hear that, as you can imagine. And in my terrible self-promotive ways, I begrudgingly admitted that that you and I have been doing a podcast for quite some time now, talking about all things paranormal, strange, and mysterious. And the conversation went any and all directions. And it was really interesting. Shared the fact that we have some pretty indisputable audio evidence of our own captured on your old digital back in the day from your house. Briefly mentioned the Standing Rock UFO footage that we have on camera, some of the personal experiences. And so, yes, I hope that they are listening whenever this is. Sometime down in the future, you know who you are. If you do not mind, they did share a couple of their personal paranormal experiences.
Hmm.
And it's just intriguing. I love it when I learn that, people you've been working with, hanging out with, becoming friends with, it's like, oh, you share this interest as well. That's pretty cool.
We'd be surprised how many people that are actually like that.
Yeah, I agree. I think definitely in the last, I don't know, gosh, decade at least, it seems like more and more people are becoming open-minded to the possibility of the paranormal being legit. And I don't want to butcher their stories, and like I said, I'll be very, very brief here. But I've shared on the podcast before certain stories from my work, the locale of where I work. Some interesting stories shared to me by, well, again, we can't reveal too much, but a young child and how she sees ghosts at the
He's
workplace.
got the mind of a child.
He's got that. Oh gosh, now I have to find that, but I'm not going to.
Sorry.
Because I think that I deleted that one. I mean, it's somewhere on the computer.
Oh, it's such a classic one, and you.
Well, it is. Well, I'm sorry. My gosh.
I have nothing.
Yeah, see, I have nothing.
So you fill in with one of mine.
Yeah. And and my kind of wonky experience there. But one of these young ladies shared that she oftentimes is the first or among the first, no, usually the first to arrive at work. She's there very early. So she's in the building by herself, literally by herself. No one, Mike, in the building.
No one.
And again, very briefly, she got creeped out because she swears she heard someone clearly state her name. And no one was there. Not a soul. Well, maybe a soul. Not a physical presence anywhere. I absolutely love that. I kind of got the heebie-jeebies thinking about that. I've never personally had an experience like that. I've never heard.
And this is at the
my name. I've never heard anything
at this point.
I'm sorry. What's that?
And this is at the school that you teach at now.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
this is the same building. Yes.
I think some investigating is warranted there.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Go to the principal with that, or
sure.
whoever's in charge. Can I ghost hunt your school?
Yeah, don't worry. I'm not weird or anything. Then the other young lass, when she was sharing some of her experiences, one of them was, I was just kind of impressed by I wouldn't say casual nature of how she was just describing it, because she did say that it freaked her and her then coworker out quite a bit, but experienced legit and saw legit poltergeist activity at and I'm sorry, I cannot remember the exact locale. I want to say, well, I won't guess what it was, but they were in, I believe, like the cafeteria region of this former workplace of hers, and her friend were doing their job when they both, literally, no joke, Mike, and I believe her 100%, had and saw a fork thrown across the room. And they both basically stopped what they're doing and said, "Did you see that?" They immediately ran back to like whatever area it was, the kitchen area, to the nearest person who was still in the building and said, "Are you guys playing a trick on us? Did you guys do this?" And they're like, "What the hell are you talking about?" No. But it would have been impossible for them to have done it anyways. No one was in that room, and they saw and experienced this fork being thrown across. I think that's absolutely fascinating.
It is. Is this in the Park Rapids local area?
I do not believe. No, it definitely was not in the Park Rapids area. No.
Okay.
I would have to check back again to see where exactly it was.
You said you didn't know the locale. Yeah.
Right. So, but not in the Park Rapids. I believe it was not in the Park Rapids area. So, but still, I'm
a fascinating story though. Yeah.
I admitted a bit of jealousy there when I heard that story. It's like, oh my gosh, really? You got to see that? So
it doesn't make me jealous.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, no, it doesn't, because you're the paranormal poster boy. You're the co-host with the ghosts. You're the guy who just sits there and like scoffs at apparitions walking across your bathroom floor. Ah, there you are again.
Well,
see you later.
It's usually in the dining room, but
yeah, I know. Well, that's fairly close to the bathroom.
It was in the bathroom where just a couple of short weeks ago, I had gotten that icy finger touch on the back of my shoulder. I still try to figure that one out. It's just, that was bizarre. I've never had that happen.
And we all know that Mary has ice in her veins, but it was not her.
It was not her. As cold as ice that Mary is, it was not her.
That cold-hearted wench who lives in your house. My gosh, it was not her.
She's willing to sacrifice her love.
Hey, it's almost as ice. It's almost as if you're writing a hit tune right off the top of your head.
Yeah, I think I'll credit it though to Foreigner, not myself.
Okay, not yourself. Okay, you're not going to claim that you came up with the name Foreigner right now off the top of your head either.
No.
Good deal. So, I mean, I thought that was for sure. It's a nice segue into our conversation for tonight's discussion. But again, always fascinating to hear. Love hearing those stories, and I believe them 100%. I believe them. So
yeah, absolutely.
And I just recalled another really cool aspect that they shared as well. Not aspect, another experience. And forgive me if you're listening again sometimes in the future if I'm butchering the story. But in her residence, her place of living, her house, she had been experiencing, well, a presence. Okay. And I am going to.
I like getting presents.
You like getting presents? I do too. They're fun. They're absolutely fun. You know what? I'm gonna backtrack. I'm not going to share this one. It's a teaser.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure I get this correct. But it definitely sounds like there's someone residing in that house. So much so that she actually had she did her best to kind of have a cleansing of the house. And the one area of the house that was not cleansed, that's where this not apparition, that's where this energy has now moved to. So it's kind of
like being pushed into a corner.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a little teaser. I want to get the details again. I want to make sure I share them properly. So
we aren't going to hear this at all on this episode.
Not on this episode as a teaser.
Dang it.
Yep. You have to tune into the next episode.
Oh, sure. Okay? That's going to make people come back.
Hey, why not? Why not? They come back in droves to listen to us go on and off about nothing every now and then. So why not? Tease a story. Mike's just shaking his head at me.
No, it's a good idea. We've never approached it this way. So
really? I don't believe you.
Come back next week for the yeah, whatever.
Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway.
Yeah, it's like a car. The film stops just before it's going to go over the cliff.
Exactly.
But then next week it comes back and everything's fine. They survive.
That's right. And it's like, well, what the heck? I was waiting on pins and needles this entire time.
Yeah, like they're going to get rid of the lead characters and they'll never have a show again.
I think
they got to survive.
I think I just said pins and needle. Just one needle.
Well, you don't like the pain so much.
No, I don't like the pain.
I'll take one needle, but damn it, it's not going to be more than that.
I think I'm thrown off by wearing this damn skelly. I'm just not used to wearing these things. Mike says I look good in it, though. So
yes, you do. You look.
He said I looked more mature in it.
Yeah,
more mature.
Yes. He looks more Victor mature.
Yes, I do. I don't look like the little boy that I am in so many ways still am.
It's a black skelly, and it goes wonderfully with your black hoodie. Wearing your black cross.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's a dark blue. It's a dark blue crucifix, but it does look black. Yeah. So
I like that. Very nice.
All right, Mike, what the hell does it take to be a paranormal investigator? Let's see where this conversation takes us.
Nerves of steel.
Nerves of steel. Hey, that counts. That counts.
It does.
And by no way are we claiming to be experts. I feel like I have to put this disclaimer out there so often.
We always do. We always
We-
want to make sure that people
Yes.
don't think that we have the edge on knowledge
Yes.
of paranormal investigating.
I mean, because we have to be careful with this. We don't want to be
Yeah.
saying, "Oh yeah, this is okay," and then someone listening goes out and does it and dies tragically or something like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, Mike and Patrick said.
Yes, exactly. So that'd be the end of the show and us. So yeah, no thanks. No, do not take us as experts. Do not follow our advice. We're just sharing our opinions. Okay.
And it's proven quite nicely on any video that you might watch of our investigating that we do.
Hey, we got some cool, legit stuff out there. We do.
I'm trying to climb behind Patrick upstairs, and I'm stumbling, and the camera's on his ass,
moaning and grunting because of his pain that he's in. And
I'll get there. I'll get there. Anyway.
Okay, Mike, what's the first thing that pops into your mind when you think of what is needed to be a paranormal investigator? And you said nerves of steel. You're being kind of flippant about it, but let's start with that one.
But it is true, though.
It is very, very true. I know a lot of people who, even though they're fascinated with the paranormal, they think the idea of what you and I do, like actually going to alleged haunted locales, is like crazy creepy. Like they immediately say, I would not be able to do that. How do you guys do that? And I totally get it. I do. I mean, we've had those feelings of apprehension as well, obviously, and stuff, but I can say right now, I've never felt scared, like legit frightened.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely nervous and tense and like creeped out.
Creeped out. Yeah. That's what I was going to say. It's
yes.
A definite. Yeah.
Now with the McIntyre, maybe we're both going to be, loading our britches, so to speak, but what do you say about the idea of having nerves of steel? I don't necessarily think you have to be quote unquote brave to do such a thing, but you have to be prepped to potentially be freaked out. Is that
right?
Fair?
Exactly. You have to have that mindset. Like we're all afraid of the unknown, obviously. I mean, even as many times as I have had experiences, or as many years or decades that I've believed in all of this stuff and loved it all along the way, I still get creeped out to where, it's like you don't know exactly what's going to happen. What kind of energy is this spirit going to have? If I'm sitting in a chair being quiet, trying to hear if there's any footsteps or anything, or if all of a sudden I saw a face come out of the dark, you wouldn't even be able to hear me screaming like a little girl because it would be stuck in my throat. I mean,
yep.
But with that being said, when I was at San Haven in northern part of North Dakota by the Canadian border, the sanatorium, and I was down there in that room where the morgue is, and then just outside of there is this long tunnel that it didn't take very far looking into it, where it was just pitch black,
where you can't see any further.
You cannot see anything. And and I've told this story before, but along that pitch black area, it's a dirt floor, and there's a very large dirt shelf where the engineers that we were standing there with at the time that they were there doing an asbestos evaluation, they said, all along there it's been a story where that's where babies are supposedly been buried, like born in illegitimately, whatever.
Yeah. Terrible.
And died there. But so right away, I didn't even think about it. But all of a sudden, I got my phone on like record. I didn't have any equipment with me, so I just had my phone, like my voice recorder on the phone. And all of a sudden, I just booked down into that darkness, and I disappeared into this darkness. I couldn't see anything hardly except for, whatever light was coming from my phone, which was next to nothing because it wasn't the flashlight that I had on. And I went all the way to the back. And I mean, it was I don't know how far back in it was. I mean, I could see, looking back, the light where I came from.
Damn.
Couldn't hear any voices or anything, but man, I was just back into this pitch black, just about, like I said, not thinking twice. Didn't scare me, didn't have any reservations about plunging into that darkness or anything.
You were just driven, you were motivated.
Yeah.
And
so that is going to happen as well, and I hope that happens at the McIntyre, because it's like, if we can just sit in silence and just listen to wait and see what happens and what we hear, in separate rooms with our walkies or whatever, it's going to be worth it. And hey, and part of that adrenaline, part of that feeling, that is part of why we do this as well.
Oh, for sure.
Whether we think about it or not.
I mean, it's a high. It's a it's a totally, healthy, legit feeling of excitement, and your adrenaline's pumping, and it feels pretty good. I wish we would have both had our own set of brass balls when we were at the Sally house, but no, we were held back by a piece of yarn from going down to the basement.
We wanted to really bad, but it was like, we're honest people.
Yes. And legit, it was legit, like handwritten sign, from the owners, do not enter the basement. And I get it. It's for safety reasons, because someone had fallen and hurt and got hurt.
Right.
Going down to the basement. So it was then off limits. Well, we could have still gone down there, but they literally had that piece of yarn with a piece of paper taped to it.
Yep.
It's like, oh, we can't get past that. Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. But like I said, that shows
we were respectful,
our honesty and respecting. But you did say when we left there, since we've been there, that we go back to the Sally house.
That's
You're
the first place
care
we're
if
going.
that yarn is going to be there or not.
That's the first place we're going.
But and how strong is it of a suggestion, or are they telling you don't go down there?
Yeah. Well, right. I mean, I'm sure it's for
insurance reasons.
Yes, liability reasons, exactly. So,
well, they were told not to go down there, so
exactly.
Yeah.
So definitely, so I don't want to call them nerves of steel, but you definitely have to. I don't want to say brave either. A strong constitution, maybe, just willing to experience the unknown.
Yeah, it's a passion, though.
Yeah, for sure, passion, absolutely,
and that right there is going to make you do some crazy things.
I concur. I did look up some suggestions for what it takes to be a paranormal investigator, just to keep the conversation flowing. Some good talking points.
We need help with that, yes.
Sometimes we do need curiosity and patience. I agree 100% with curiosity. I believe 110% in patience, because, well, let's face it, a lot of the time spent doing these investigations, it probably seems pretty boring and mundane, especially when you're listening back to the recordings.
Yeah.
Hours and hours of stuff. You have to be patient because you never know when you're going to get that flippin' gem of an audio clip.
I don't even have the patience to find the crap that I supposedly
I know
recorded.
Exactly. It's like, my gosh,
I can't. Ever since we started this, however, many years ago. And
I've sort of taken over the flag of reviewing all of the audio stuff.
But I've always had problems. Either I can't get the crap to work, and I feel like an idiot because, well, you just push this button, push that button, and then when I do find it, I freaking lose it.
Yeah, lose it.
God, the great stuff that I have lost, or not even been able to listen to an investigation.
Yeah. Well, we've both done it too. We both captured, not saying that we find orbs to be legit evidence by any means, but years ago, one of those first houses that we were unquote investigating, we were both looking through the viewfinder of the camcorder, and we saw a very prominent orb flying past towards the camera. And we're like, oh my God, that's awesome. That was a great start. We got that on Video. No, because we didn't press the record button. So we were
Right.
just literally looking at it. And did we capture it later that night? No, of course not.
And that's the kind of thing that happens to every investigator.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And I will say, and I know longtime listeners are probably beating their heads on their desks right now because I'm repeating it again. But I good naturedly always give Mike a hard time. Do you know where I'm going with this? Some of the best audio I've ever heard.
Well, at least we both got to hear it.
Got to hear it, yes. For new listeners, Mike had some awesome audio from his very haunted house.
Beautiful.
A lot of activity was going on in kind of the basement area, heading up to the first floor, and Mike decided to put the old recorder on the steps going down.
Yep, halfway up and halfway down the stairs there.
And what did you record, Mike? Can you remind our listeners?
Well, from what I remember, it was you could hear footsteps walking, either up or down the stairs, and then didn't we hear them? They came back too, like yeah. So it's like going down, then coming back up, or coming up and going back down. I don't know.
Yep, and it got louder the closer it got to the recorder, and it faded away the further. We assume, just like someone was walking up and down those steps. It was utterly fascinating.
And it was
to
kind
listen
of
to
a
that
slow walk, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It wasn't like somebody really quickly.
Gosh,
down the stairs.
I wish I could remember. I don't know if it was fast, and I'll take your word on that one. It's been so long since I've heard that. I mean, it was awesome. I loved it. So I just give you a good time or a hard time, Mike, good naturedly. So
because I lost it.
So what you're saying is that you have to persevere, because things like that are going to happen. You're going to screw up. You're going to lose potential evidence. The key is to kind of keep your chin up, right, Mike, and just keep forging forth and burning that paranormal path for all to follow. Or not. No, don't follow us. Don't follow us. We're not giving any advice or anything like that.
And then deal with the next piece of evidence that I lose when that happens.
When it comes to, I wouldn't say that we apply any sort of scientific method other than, and I'm kind of speaking for myself on this one, I think I'm overly logical to the point of where I'm blocking out too much when it comes to.
That's a good way to put it, to think of it. Yeah.
Yeah. When it comes to potentially experiencing the paranormal, I think that I have negated quite a few potentially legit experiences just as I talk myself out of it. It's like, nah, that's not it. But you have to be like that to a certain extent. You can't be overly critical like I tend to be, but you have to try to debunk it first. Assume it's something natural first. And if you can't explain it in any natural, quote unquote, scientific manner, then start thinking, well, what the hell was that? Is that fair?
Very, yeah. But
thank you.
When you're telling me something that you've experienced or whatever, you aren't even done telling me the story of your thing. But then again, it's probably, I'm sure it's just.
Am I that bad?
It's happened, but you're getting better.
I'm getting better. I think better. Mike literally wants to punch me if he passes away before me, he wants to come back. And he said it several times. He wants to come back and slug me in the face.
I'll gently slap. I won't slug you. I'm not gonna I'm gonna leave a red mark or anything.
Not gonna pile drive me or body slam me.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take your word for it. I think we've done a pretty decent job, Mike, when it comes to doing background research to all the places we go.
Yeah, I think so.
Learning into the story, the history. You have to learn of the history of the locale. You just have to, in all aspects. We haven't really done any deep dives, like go to the local library and do find pertinent information in that way. We're kind of doing the casual online stuff so far. Not saying that's not a possibility, but you have to do your due diligence and learn as much as you can about that locale before you go there, because that helps you not only delineate between potential paranormal captures
and ascertain
as to why they could possibly be occurring. Because if what you experience as an investigator matches the historical context of that locale, then that adds a little bit more legitimacy to what you experienced. I think. Mike is staring at me like I'm just full of rubbish right now.
You're mesmerizing me with your knowledge and your thoughts on this whole thing.
Really? Okay.
That was really something.
Yes, I agree.
But yeah, that's very true. I agree with what you had said.
Well, thanks.
I'm giving you my concurrence, and I'm not even charging you.
I'm believing this is when I'm talking like that. This is the only thing that Mike is thinking in his head.
What was that?
Yeah. So I apologize.
Well, sometimes my mind does wander a little bit.
It does. How important, Mike, to you is being a skeptic? Now, I'm throwing this towards you because I don't want to take over this conversation because listeners know how I feel about that. But when it comes to be a paranormal investigator, your thoughts on healthy skepticism?
Well, healthy skepticism, you need that. Otherwise, if you didn't have that skepticism, what's going to happen? Everything you hear, you're going to be like, "Oh, did you hear that?
Did you hear that? You hear that?" And I think that maybe, and I'm not making fun of the ultra successful Zach Bagans and Ghost Adventures, but no, Mike and I have never been possessed. Yeah,
I have never, contrary to what people have heard, I have never torn my shirt off and beat against the wall.
Mike has never physically attacked me, shoved me up against the wall during said investigation. No. Nay. None of that has happened. But I only throw that out there again, good-naturedly poking fun at the Ghost Adventures crew. I personally love them. I'm a big fan. But how much healthy skepticism do you think someone like Zach Bagans has? I mean, he's as being the most successful and famous paranormal investigator ever. Essentially, I think that's fair to say. And granted, we only see the edited versions of the episodes. We don't know how much stuff that they've done, how many places they've investigated where absolutely nothing happened. And maybe, he was very skeptical about anything they captured. But everything you see as a viewer makes you think that everything that happens is paranormal in nature, according to that crew. Yeah. Whereas you and I, half the time, orbs for one. You cannot sit there and if you see an orb on camera, you can't sit there and say, ghost, spirit, energy. You can't do it because there's so many other viable and legit explanations for it. Whereas again, certain other crews, not so much. So again, you have to be a healthy skeptic, right, Mike?
Yeah, you have to. And the healthy skeptic.
That's the key word.
That's the key thing right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. There's no amazing Randys in this group.
No amazing Randys. Say, Mike, this is a perfect time for a quick time traveling excursion. Are you okay for a quick time traveling excursion? We haven't done this for a while. Are you up for that?
Absolutely. Hey.
Awesome. I shall explain myself during our time traveling excursion. And to our listeners, this will be, timeless. We shall be.
Jump on it, Bunny Rabbit.
Jump on it, Bunny Rabbit. All right, and we are back from yet another successful time traveling excursion. All right, Mike, let's pick up where we left.
Pick it off.
Let's pick up where we left off. We talked about patience earlier as a requirement. How about calmness, Mike? How essential is it that you maintain the ability to maintain calm? Your thoughts. What do you think about that? That could go anywhere. Again, of course, immediately I go to some of our favorite ghost hunters and ghost adventurers. Yeah. Dude, run! Stuff like that.
That popped into my head. I mean, if you don't have calmness, you're only going to have dude runs all the time, and you don't want to. You don't want to do a dude run.
No, don't do a dude run. Hey, that's a shirt we should patent for the Paranormal Zone Patreon members right there.
Don't do a dude run.
I like that. Don't do a dude run. Yeah. That might work. I think. What do you Patreon members out there think of that as a possibility? I mean, we've been promising.
I'm going to write that down.
Yeah, we've been promising. We've been promising Paranormal Zone swag for a long time here, and I just couldn't think of anything really neat for the longest time. But I kind of like that. Don't do a dude run. I think I personally, obviously, Mike's writing stuff down, so I don't want to confuse him by having him talk at the same time.
I wrote down, don't do a dude run.
Yeah. Obviously, there is very important to maintain calm. Do you think also, though, there's a possibility that being overly excited and then perhaps easily freaked out may possibly conjure up more activity? What do you think about that?
Yeah, it could conjure up possibly real, actual paranormal activity, that energy. Mm-hmm. But then again, it can also conjure up things bouncing around in your head that should have been filtered out, because it's going to distract, or it's going to make you think that you're experiencing something when you're not.
For sure. So. Yeah. And again, that's one of my pet peeves too, when you see a lot of these paranormal groups, not naming names, because there's a lot of them out there, and God bless all of them.
Have we had any of them on the show?
No, not the ones that I'm thinking about, but
okay.
Just how everything, you watch the footage from their investigations and how they just overreact to everything, and everything that they experience is paranormal in nature. And like, how do you explain this? And they're yelling and they're screaming and they're running a boot, doing their thing. And it's just, it's distracting to me as a viewer, because I can't get past the fact that they're just, I was going to say childish. That's a little rough. Just the overreaction kind of, it's a pet peeve of mine. So yeah, get excited. Yes, react, but no, not everything you experience is going to be paranormal. I think Mike's dog is in agreement with me. Mishka is very talkative tonight. So, and Mike's yelling at her right now. He's actually kicking her in her paw over and over.
If I kicked her, she would tear my foot off.
Yes.
She loves me, but boy, no dog should take any abuse whatsoever.
Oh, hell no. Of course not. Well, if you're new to the program, it has to be made clear that Mike is actually just a vicious, terrible human being. So.
Yeah. I would rather die than hurt my dog.
I know.
Or anybody.
So I do think there's absolute positive aspects of maintaining calm, and potentially, maybe if you are easily excited, maybe, as we mentioned, that could also stir up some paranormal activity, but you got to keep it under wraps. Just a wee little bit.
Well, the calmness is obviously going to, help you be more aware,
Yeah. Oh gosh, yes.
Be really, really excited, but not like hyper jumping up and down. Just be hypersensitive, hyper aware. Just, channel that energy into how it's going to work the best.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to start getting too deep now, but
no. I like the idea as a paranormal investigator of starting small. I mean, this is your first time venturing into such a field as this, probably don't want to go check out the Villisca house right away if that's your first experience.
Even the stuff that we have done, we question it. Are we ready for the Villisca yet?
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
So that is something we have questioned. And
yeah. And literally we started small. We started small in your very haunted house. I mean, others maybe who, if they were, coming from literally the outside and they just knew that this house was utterly haunted, maybe that wouldn't exactly be starting small, but for you, it definitely was. And for me, it was, because you provided kind of that sense of calm feeling, because, well, this is my house. This is where I live. And this is what happens, so, I think we follow that suggestion pretty well. We started out small. Absolutely start small. Definitely have to educate yourself. Kind of that relates to the historical context of the locale that you're investigating, but that also includes the paranormal in general. Give yourself a brief rundown of paranormal investigative history, maybe psychological stuff. Kind of understand how the mind works a little bit. I'm not saying you have to take psychology courses or anything like that.
I would not survive that.
Yeah. I loved my psychology courses in college. I loved them. It's fascinating to me. But I think that would serve you well, perhaps, to kind of have just even the tiniest little understanding of how the mind works.
Well, become a psychologist.
Hell yeah.
And then just tack on para in front of it.
Yes, absolutely. 100%. And you can be the next Peter Venkman, right? Wasn't that what they were in the show? Paranormal psychologists, or was it reversed? Or paranormal psychology, that's what they were.
Yeah.
What was it? I'm drawing a blank. I've only seen that movie 795,000 times.
Oh, my dog.
Yeah, your dog. I think your house is being haunted right now. And there's some obvious legal stuff. Don't break into places. Don't go places illegally. Don't sneak into residences. Don't sneak into abandoned places. Mike, you and I have broken that rule, though, a couple times.
Yes, we have. I was going to say, Patrick, remember those times when he really kind of, on the down low, hunkered down, walking? No, I don't know.
But, I mean, we've, I guess to a wee little extent, we've done that. But we've never busted into a place, for gosh sakes. You gotta have some ethics. You gotta maintain some guidelines to follow for sure. And if need be, if you do have a locale you're interested in, just simply get permission. It seems like there's also more and more opportunities opening up across the country that we're taking advantage of and we're excited about. Seems like it's a hell of a lot more easier nowadays, Mike, to rent out a place to investigate on your own.
Good ones too.
Good ones too.
Yeah. It's well, people are jumping on that bandwagon. It's
for sure.
Hey, but that's okay. That's just more for us. I mean, so far it's been the Kansas and Iowa area.
I know
which has been wonderful. That there's great stuff in the Midwest. I tell you,
and southern Minnesota, White House.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I've never been one for ghost tours. Or paranormal tours. I can't stand that idea. No, more power to those who love them and experience them. For me, that's just not.
Well, because you don't like have somebody breathe over your shoulder. You want to.
Well, no,
go where you want to go, and
100%, 100%. It's, to me, it just doesn't seem like that's very viable. If you capture any evidence and you're in a group of 20 people, I mean, well, that could be coming from any number of sources.
Yeah. Bob over on the other side of the crowd.
Could be Bob. Bob could have flippin' farted. Exactly. Be safe. Don't be stupid. Always, safety first, safety first, safety first. That's kind of an obvious no-brainer. But again, there are people out there who just don't abide by any such rules. And people have died busting into places. Which place was it that someone actually fell to their death into like the elevator shaft?
I was just going to say Sandhaven that I'd been to that I was talking about. One of the elevator shafts, there's a 17-year-old kid that was, him and his buddies were just, I guess, out there looking around, and I don't know if they were ghost hunting. I think that's what the story goes, but he fell down an elevator shaft and got killed, and now he's part of the story of Sandhaven, that he had supposedly been haunting the place as well. But now Sandhaven is totally torn down, so it's just kind of that energy floating around.
It's a sad irony.
Yeah.
When you are investigating, quote unquote investigating, and you become a part of the ghostly history yourself, that's not cool.
Yeah. Hey, it might be fun.
No, I'm not willing to sacrifice. I'm not willing to fall down an elevator shaft just so some other yahoos can come and hear me screaming in the afterlife sometime down the road, you know?
Well, there's other ways in elevator shafts.
Oh, okay. Fall down a flight of stairs. I don't know.
You know, get into into one of those old water tanks on top of a hotel, and
oh, for gosh sakes, the Cecil Hotel. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, let's do that, man. Or try and jump down one of those dumb waiters, whatever the hell they're called. just jump down the shaft. Oh man.
This is a very long shaft.
Kerplunk. For some reason, there's water at the bottom of that shaft. I don't know why I said kerplunk. Be aware and be you don't have to be proficient, because trust me, Mike and I still to this day struggle with our equipment. It seems it's like, my gosh, we could have top of the line stuff and we'd look like a couple of cavemen discovering this device from outer space. Like, just don't know what to do with it.
I'm sitting in the corner beating on it, like trying to break it open so I can get the bone marrow out of it.
Right.
Like a caveman.
Get the devil out of it. Get the devil out of it. Yeah. So, I mean, but you be fairly technically proficient and understand your equipment, you know, come prepared. Go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
But I'm sorry. I'm trying to cut in on you, but no, but a good example would be you have the most fabulous camera that I don't think you've been able to use it yet.
There's actually a short clip from our visit to the Boyd House with Mike filming me standing on the steps.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just fiddling with this flipping camera, trying to take photos. You even hear me on the video say, "I'm not a smart man." You know? It's like, I just get so frustrated sometimes, because no matter how many times we practice beforehand, you get it down. You know, it's not like it takes a genius to figure it out, but something malfunctions. Something always goes wrong.
Yeah.
Every time, Mike.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it is totally on me. Maybe it's just dumb luck. But
it's me. Even with the digital recorders, it's like, why do I have to try to choose 1 through 12 of these different, spots? A, B, C, 1 through 12.
It's like, where the hell was that now? Yeah.
No,
so Mike just gives up before trying to even find what we recorded on there.
Well, I don't like myself when I get too frustrated.
Well, as an example, I still want to say it's clip 10.
Yeah.
On your digital, where if maybe possibly we picked up what I thought I heard at the Boyd House, because there's stories of a ghost cat at the Boyd House, and I could have swore I heard something in the kitchen at one point.
Yeah.
And you were recording.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we have that somewhere on your digital, but I could have been absolutely fabricated in my mind. Who knows? But you never know.
I tell you, when we go to the McIntyre, I'll do recording with my digital, and either you give me a remedial class before we leave on how to do it,
okay, sure.
or I'm sending it home with you.
There you go. Hey, that works.
So
be respectful, Mike, of both the living and the dead. Of course, we're going to, especially if you rent a place out as we've done, as we're going to do. I mean, don't damage the property. I mean, this is all common sense, obviously.
Yeah, very common sense, yeah.
Be respectful, but also be respectful of the potential souls that are still residing in that house. Mike and I, you and I have never, ever been the type to provoke.
No,
ever.
It's ridiculous.
And again, it's we mentioned Ghost Hunters or Ghost Adventures earlier. That's a very prominent technique, a method that they use quite a bit. Well, Zach uses it basically. I don't think any other guys do it. It's not in me personally to do it, because the saying goes, ghosts were people too. And if you were alive, do you want someone getting in your face and yelling at you when you're in? someone's in your house and they come in and say like, show yourself,
Yeah.
and just demanding things out of you. It's like, F off, you prick.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. So
we approach with kindness, love, and compassion.
Kindness, love, and compassion, and an open mind. Absolutely. And we have a good time. We try to throw in as much levity as we can because that's just, well, that's our personality. We're not going to sit there and not be who we are. It has to be that. Yeah. You have to be like that.
I have to tone down sometimes, but
perhaps one of the most important ones, Mike, is document everything. And by that, I mean, we have to, if we have to just jot down the experiences we just had or record them and tell the story immediately into a voice recorder, but we have to also have multiple cameras, multiple recorders, and the like going as often as possible because you have to be able to document as much as you can. Document
to validate what you have. Document on multiple devices, and that will help.
Oh, absolutely. That's pretty cool when you have a potential capture on one recording device and you can compare it to another one.
Yes.
That was recording at the exact same time. And if there's a discrepancy between the two, that adds a little intrigue to what you captured. So definitely have as much recording devices going.
Or it would be really cool. Have
what?
If you got two recorders going, you hear, you get an EVP of it sounds like somebody asking a question, and on the other recorder, at that same point, you hear another ghostly voice answering that
giving
question.
The answer. Oh, I love yes.
Wow. That just popped into my head.
I love that potential. I'm not saying that when it comes to understanding your equipment, I'm not saying you have to be a technical genius, by the way, but just have a basic understanding.
Now you're just jabbing on me.
No, I wasn't saying that at all towards you.
Even an idiot can figure this out, and Mike's gonna learn.
No, not suggesting that at all.
Okay.
I think that's kind of a good basic rundown, Mike. Can you think of anything else that's obvious that we kind of glossed over or totally forgot about? Anything that pops into your mind? Those are kind of the basic general concepts.
Yeah. Well, and then, have fun with it. Have that fun.
Yeah, I like that.
You don't have to get like weird, crazy sense of humor, like I overly do or anything. And Pat tries to. See, I just called him Pat. I have never called you Pat. Not since the first time many years ago, and you just about tore me a new one. Don't call me Pat.
You make me sound like I'm an angry chihuahua biting at his ankles.
Well, when it comes to you being called Pat or Patrick, boy.
Oh,
boy.
I think it's funny, too, because the only time that you've ever done that is during occasions just as a few seconds ago, where you are talking about me to someone else and you reference me as Pat. You've never, ever spoken directly to me as that.
I think it's funny. I don't think I could. Because I respect your feelings about that. I really do. Even though as much as I joke about it, I
know. I mean, and
I totally get it.
It's silly. I understand it.
Hey,
but it's one of those things. Like every time I see anyone from like my past, my past. That sounds like sounds kind of dark, but from like my classmates back in the day, all of them still. But I mean, because that's how they know me, which is fine. I totally get that.
Yeah.
And then I punch them all in the face.
So you came to a decision at a certain point in your life that, damn it, I am not going to be Pat any longer.
From now on, I shall be referenced only as Tim. No, Patrick. Yeah. That's right, Patrick.
I shall call him. No. Anyway.
Mike, kind of going over all these, briefly touching on such, I guess, requirements for being a paranormal investigator. Do you think, Mike, that you and I qualify to be paranormal investigators. We've been trying it in a very amateur way for 15 years at least now.
Well,
do we qualify to at least be called an amateur paranormal investigator? Perhaps even one step above? I don't know. Your thoughts?
I think we have our own style. I mean, it's a simple style, but we have some really great equipment that we love having as well. But we keep it simple. We keep it on a kind of like that even level, and it is amateur. But hey, amateur. There's nothing wrong with amateur. You can get into it just as deep and have just as much fun with it,
and potential success with it too.
And absolutely, you can have success with nothing more than your phone.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, again, how many years ago was it, Mike, when we have yet to top that EVP that we captured, years and years and years and years ago, just with the simple digital recorder sitting in your kitchen, and it's, as far as paranormal evidence, I don't think that we've topped that. I think that's fair to say that.
It's fabulous. Yeah.
And it wasn't anything high tech is what we're saying. And we weren't, that was one of the first times we'd ever done anything ever.
Yeah, exactly. No, we, you just have to have that idea and then build it into acting on it and then building it into the passion that you and I have of it now.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, if we had the funds and the time and everything over the years, and we could have done this with a lot more equipment and made more traveling trips and things like that. But, you have a budget, you keep it where you're at, and we're great with it. We have a lot of fun with it, and we have results. And look at where we've come from, doing the house that I lived in that was very haunted. And
Mike is now pile driving his dog, Mishka.
Boy, I tell you.
I think Mishka senses that Dad's almost done, so she's
probably
getting even more talkative.
She sees the black cat down the street, maybe,
or that,
I don't know.
or that.
But
I think that was well said.
Yeah, but and then it started with that, and then going to even the museum in Park Rapids, and then the other places that we've done, the abandoned houses type things.
Mm-hmm.
But look where we're at now and making these road trips. I mean, we're still progressing. It's just taking a long time.
And we are going to get our own personal holy grail of evidence. Eventually, again, like absolutely indisputable. And again, that EVP, I think, is arguably indisputable.
I totally agree.
But it's still not enough to convince a naysayer or a pseudo-skeptic.
And it never would.
It never would. That's true. Pseudo-skeptic, there's no convincing them. So might as well stop trying. Not that that's our goal, but I'd love to be able to say, hey there, bub. Remember when you said this? Well, check this out. So, well, Mike, this has been a cool conversation, man. Thank you for making this work. Yeah. I suppose we could wrap it up. I'll let you go on your merry way so you can have an enjoyable evening with your Mary. Funny how that worked out there. If you could put together, kind of conjure up a cool image for this episode and send it my way, I'd appreciate that.
Absolutely.
But, and we'll get this episode out. Go ahead.
I did come down to the conclusion, and I actually announced that conclusion of, yes, we are investigators, as amateur as we are. Did I clarify that for sure?
No, that was terrible. Okay. You totally fixed my mistake right there. Absolutely.
But yeah, it's just, as amateuristic as we are and as light as we make it at times, we are and can be just as serious because we are passionate about it. And that alone makes us, yes, we are investigators.
I like it. McIntyre, here we come. And one thing for sure, we have to figure out how the hell to pronounce it. Because I've heard you say McIntyre.
Yeah.
I say McIntyre. Is it McIntyre or McIntyre? I mean, what the hell is it?
Well, it's MC something CTER. So it's the latter part of it is tier.
Tier. So I'm wrong when I keep saying tire.
McIntyre.
Well, the way it's spelled, Mike, it should be McIntyre. That's how it's spelled.
Yes.
But I've heard so many different pronunciations of it. So let's just go with how it's spelled. Let's call it the McIntyre.
The
How about that?
McIntyre.
The McIntyre.
And if nothing else, it sounds nice. We're going to go to the wee bit of the McIntyre.
We're going to check out a wee bit of the McIntyre. Yeah. Absolutely. 100%.
We're a bit daft for doing it, but it's
a bit daft in our skellies here. We got the skellies on at the McIntyre. Oh, look at this go. Oh, it's just so fun right now.
I better bring my shillelagh, I think.
Oh, Mike just fell down the stairs again. Oh, no. Where he went.
Where's the snacks?
No, it goes like this. It would actually be like, where's the snack?
Yeah.
Plap. There he goes at the bottom of the steps.
First thing I look for when we get in that house is the pantry.
Where's the pantry? Lead me to the pantry. All right,
anyway,
going off the rails a little bit. Time to wrap it up. Thanks, Mike, for making this work.
Didn't the Sally House have like frozen stuff in the freezer?
It did.
Like
yes, we didn't. We didn't touch any of it because it was. Who knows how long that crap had been in there? No.
Yeah. Who's touched it? Who's licked it and put it back? Anyway, you go ahead. I will stop you no longer.
No, you're okay.
Ending this episode.
But
you hear?
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just don't want to have any. I don't want to create any headlines in the Kansas area of amateur paranormal investigator plummets to his death at the McIntyre.
Yeah.
There's a picture of Mike with his face blurred out. No, we'll be safe and sound. We're going to follow our own rules. So, Mike, as always, it's been good and it's been a good time. Thank you for joining me tonight. If you can get that AI image created for the podcast,
AI image
that'd be
created.
Great. And I'll get this published. I'll get it published shortly. So until next time, Mike. Oh, by the way, real quick. If you do enjoy the podcast, the content, you've made it this far, God bless you. My gosh, you have a heart of stone. And you want to support the podcast, no better way than give our Patreon page a shot. You can join up for as little as $1 a month. You can sign up for free. There is quite a bit of free content on there. We have over 100 exclusive Paranormally Zone episodes, actually 120 or so, including our Wicked Legacies true crime and episodes and our Retro and Randoms pop culture podcast. Lots of awesome content over there, including content from our own paranormal investigations. Lots of fun stuff. All of our old episodes, you can't find them anywhere. Going back to 2013, Mike, you can find them on the Paranormally Zone. Going back to the Nonsense Cast radio days.
Whole lot of hijinks going on in those.
Oh my gosh, some of that is embarrassing, but hey, it's worth listening to. And all of our past interviews that are no longer available anywhere with such paranormal names as Jason Hawes, Grant Wilson, Chip Coffey, Amy Allen, and Adam from Kindred Spirits, Andrea Perry, and Ron Moorhead, the late greats, Jeff Meldrum. Oh my gosh, It goes on and on and on and on. The late great. I hate saying that, but we appreciate all of you who do check out the Patreon page. Mike, until next time, what do our awesome paranormal pals? What do they need to do?
I got 2 things for you this time. First of all, not mostly important, but please don't do a dude run.
Don't do a dude run.
And after that, just peace out.